Yeah, most of chat might find this as a hot take, but I'm one of the people who don't rate Frieren as highly as others. My reason, it's a show you have to marathon to enjoy. If you watch it on a week-to-week basis, you realize how much of nothing happens for half the show. I think you're, again, someone just like Lily that just doesn't like slice of life, right? Like, things don't have to happen, right? There's just a beauty in just appreciating the slow, in the moment feel of, right? Like nothing's really going on. You just get to like connect with the characters and enjoy what's going on, right? I don't know. It's slow pace, but like I think the slow pacing is perfect. I think if it wasn't slow paced, it would just be kind of ass. That's my opinion. Isn't like half the point of Frieren is that she's old and takes her time? I feel like it'd be shit if it was rushed. Yeah, I mean, that is something that I do model out. A lot of people not realizing. The point of literally coming out of the first episode of Frieren is the fact that, she's a long-living species. And because of that, because they are a species that live so long, they don't find importance in fleeting matters and small things. But when, the whole point was that she wants to take the time and observe and, appreciate the small things rather than just going through thousands of years of her life just ignoring people because they're just a little blip in her life. Yeah, but it being top 1 anime of all time is crazy. Nah, I really liked it. I mean, I haven't watched enough anime to be like top 1 anime of all time, right? I don't think there's anybody in the world that has watched enough anime to say that they've watched everything so they could say it's definitively ranked 1. But I will say of the recent things I've watched, Frieren is definitely my favorite. I don't Frieren as highly because I read the manga, and compared to that, nothing really happened in season 1 to warrant such a high rating. I haven't watched the manga, or I haven't read the manga, so I don't really know. People not like Frieren is okay, but like the reason they give to what they don't like just makes no sense most of the time. Well, it's because I mean, as someone, as I have someone here who clearly doesn't like slice of life, aka my girlfriend, and I can understand why people have that take, right? It's fair, because if you're not someone that likes a more slice of lifey type of anime, it makes sense as to why you don't understand why you don't like it. Because it's a fundamental thing about like the genre, not so much like a real good reason as to why. Because if you don't like slice of life or like slow paced things like slice of life, you're just not gonna conceptually understand why it does the things it does. You can't speak on slice of life shows until you watch Butchie? Fuck you. There are better written stuff there are better written stuff than Frieren. I mean, maybe. Like I said, I haven't watched all anime, or that much anime, so I can't really speak on it. The point when I realized that Frieren wasn't as great as everybody else says is when I stopped watching it weekly after starting Apothecary Diaries. Like, the most interesting character was Fern. She was the glue that held the main cast together, in my opinion. If she didn't exist, there'd be nothing about Frieren that was really interesting. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, I think the point is that Fern is supposed to be the most interesting character after Frieren because, the whole point, again, like I said, is Frieren in her first adventure did not really pay attention and, like, get to know a lot of her human companions. Whereas now she has Fern that she can directly take care of and actually, like, pay attention to. And, like, this is what I'm saying. I think a lot of people are just missing the point on a lot of the characters and why they exist and, how they affect the main roster. If core characters don't exist, the anime doesn't exist. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you watching Frieren thought Frieren is like, quote unquote, supposed to be the main focus, I think you just misunderstood it, right? Frieren, in my opinion, is a device in which you consume what's going on around the world of Frieren. I found Fern annoying, not gonna lie. I love Fern.
Yeah, we should remove Sasuke out of Naruto and it wouldn't be good.
True. Just like One Punch Man, it really ain't about him. Yeah. The current party Frieren are a reminder of the old party. The difference is that Frieren tries to enjoy the moment with them more with them. Exactly. And a lot of Frieren is like, I mean, not a lot. I mean, pretty much the entirety of the first season is not even about Frieren. Like, it's barely about Frieren. Frieren is literally just a device to move the plot, right? It was so much about Stark and Fern coming into their own and, you know, finding their identities and whatnot, right? Like, Frieren was just there to continue the story, continue the, you know, like, for lack of a better term, carry the fucking, like, the fights and the, help the party get over the obstacles to continue their growth. So, after Journey's End, literally, that's what makes good characters. Story wouldn't be the same without them. Yeah, 100%. That's why I really fucking like Frieren. But again, I think most of the people in chat that are saying they have a gripe with Frieren, you need to just understand. It's probably not that you really fucking hate Frieren. It's probably more that, or dislike the anime. It's probably more that you just like don't like the genre. You probably are just more like Lily. You know, you want something to happen week after week. You want something to progress story-wise, to keep you like engaged. And that's just like, that's just not what slice of life or like this type of anime does. Or they hate popular stuff. Well, that is a thing that exists in the anime sphere as well. A lot of people love to hate mainstream. Like, I'm not even joking. There's like a faction of people who watch anime that like find it to be a cardinal sin to say they like the fucking most popular shows like JJK or Bleach or Naruto or stuff like that. They're like, oh, you like that kind of stuff? Ugh, yuck. Like, you could only like niche things. We don't do that normie stuff here. That's too mainstream. Like, bro, like, get over yourself, buddy. Alright? It's mainstream because for a reason. I like Journey with Sign. Doesn't as long, but it feels so meaningful. I'm assuming he's gonna come back, right? I did enjoy his character. And I think they kind of do set it up as well. So, Mushoku Tensei has the best world building out of any anime that exists, in my opinion. There's people like that everywhere. They're so cringe. Yeah. They're just contrarians through and through. If you enjoyed Frieren, you'd also enjoy Mushoku Tensei. Why do I feel like that's not true at all? Like, I don't feel like that's true at all. I feel like, though, there are very different animes. From what I've seen, they're not even fucking close, okay? Mid-Shoku enjoyers, also Doc supporters. Do you like world building? Yeah, I like world building, you know? This is why I actually, like, you know, I kind of am a little let down by Overlord. Because I thought it had such potential, you know? Overlord really does have, like, it had so much potential to really, you know, kind of play into the world building, the world, but like, it fell off. Fell off a little too hard. Difference is Frieren is not a pedophile compared to that anime. If you haven't seen Mushoku Tensei, how could you know? I've seen enough clips and scenes that be like, none of that exists in Frieren. And it's a different vibe, is what I'm saying, right? Obviously, I haven't watched it, so I can't judge it, but
anime when it comes out in the next 7 years for its release in a decade from below anime.
I mean, hey, who knows? Fucking whatever snippets we've seen from Genshin in terms of, like, what they could produce for animated content, like, you know, and it's not even, you know, Ufotable's the one doing the actual animation, so it's gonna be even better. Ufotable. If you see clips of Frieren, you won't get the general idea of Frieren as well, to be fair. There's not a single clip of Frieren that I would say, no, that's not like that. First of all, Pepizins, I think you're fucking completely lost on what was being discussed. All right. That person originally said, if you like Frieren, you will like Mushoku Tensei. And my response was, I don't think Mushoku Tensei is the same thing as Frieren. That was my only thing. I'm not saying, like, I could understand the whole meaning of Mushoku Tensei by watching some clips. That's not what I'm saying. Right? My whole point was I don't think they're that similar. Right? Yeah, you just missed the point. I think in terms of world building is very similar. Okay, but like, are you telling me you guys just watch animes just for the world building? Like, you ignore the characters, you ignore the plot, you ignore everything, and you're like, oh my god, did you see that? New castle. Oh, so that's what's happening. Oh, what? I wonder what the lore of that castle. Like nobody watches that. Like you're watching the anime for like the characters, the plot, the story, what's happening. You know, the arcs. Like you're not watching just for the world building. That's like crazy. All right, the world building is a nice add-on. It's a nice thing to exist, but it's definitely not the sole reason to watch something. What do you think is happening in Frieren? I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue. That's why I'm very tempted to fucking, well, so, I mean, I have some theories as to where the direction Frieren could go, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm very tempted to read the manga, but I'm holding myself back, because I kind of want to just... Frieren's one of those things where the anime was so good that I kind of don't want to get into the manga. Because I feel like it is going to spoil it for me.
You should watch
like
Tower
way
of
too
God.
much.
The manhwa is peak. Surely they
No,
do
I'm
the
not fucking watching
adaptation
Tower of
just as
God.
clueless.
Watch One Piece? Nope. Never happening. I never understand that. Watch Attack on Titan and stop after season 1 and rent free for years to talk shit. Are you talking about me? I read the manga for Attack on Titan. Like, that's different. I mean the people? Oh. Bochi's still waiting for you? Yeah, Bochi can continue to wait, alright? I'm not there yet. Everyone praises the world building and story of Mushoku Tensei. Why do you think it's Giga's anime of the year it released? Hey, this is gonna sound crazy, right? Just because one anime is someone's anime of the year doesn't mean it's the anime of the year for everybody. Right? Like, Giga could really like something does not mean I will also like that said thing. You know, just like I rank Nichijou and Frieren super highly, Lily fucking hated both of them. So, well, Lily liked Frieren later, but like for the first couple episodes, she like hated it. So, like, and I just, you know, like as much as I glaze Nichijou, I'm sure a lot of people in chat don't really like Nichijou that much. And I'm sure as much as I glaze fucking Evangelion, there's a lot of people who don't like Evangelion. I mean, to be fair, I don't think Evangelion is that good. I think obviously a lot of it's carried by my nostalgia for the series, but you know. It doesn't, but you should watch it to have your own opinion before you shit on it, like the isekai racist you are. I haven't shit on Mushoku Tensei once, motherfucker. I literally, the only thing I've ever said about Mushoku Tensei is I'm not gonna watch it. How's that me shitting on it? Huh? I literally have not shit on Mushoku Tensei once. I just, like, refuse to watch it because I just don't like isekais anymore. Like, that's it. It's not deep, alright? I'm not shitting on Mushoku. I'm shitting on isekais. I just don't like isekais. You talk of it negatively, though? I mean, I guess saying I'm not gonna watch it is talking negatively, sure. But that's not me really shitting on it. You watch Konosuba? I haven't watched Konosuba's, like, movies, latest seasons, anything. Like, I watched the first 2 seasons and that was it. And that was like years ago, okay? That was a long ass time ago, buddy. My top isekai is Eminence in Shadow. I haven't watched Eminence in Shadow either.